South African economy grew by 1.6% on the quarter-on-quarter in the 3 months to September 2022, well above market forecasts of 0.6% increase, following a 0.7% contraction in the previous quarter. 8 out of 10 activities expanded in the third quarter, with agriculture 19.2% contributing the most to the growth. Significant increases also observed in finance, transportation, and manufacturing. In Nigeria, recorded a total foreign trade of 11.5 trillion naira in the third quarter of 2022, 9.7% decline compared to 12.8 trillion in the prior quarter, quarter 2 of this year, but 10.7% higher than the 10.4 trillion in the third quarter of 2021. This, of course, from the Bureau of Statistics. Joining us to discuss further, Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, you're very, very welcome. Good morning to you.
Good morning today.
What do you make of these numbers?
Why don't you talk about fuel scarcity?
Fuel scarcity.
And the fuel queues.
We have, Chika.
Why don't you? We're supposed to talking about it every day.
Daily. On a regular basis.
I mean, just like most things in Nigeria now, you know, it's leading to the back space, and I just adjusted our lifestyle to it, as if people are suffering. The economy is a standstill. Workers are suffering. The bus fares have gone up, and nobody's talking. NNPC just goes out there and just gives us, as usual, fabricated excuses. Every time they look for one rat, chase a lizard. The lizard fell into the well. Every time, that's why there's scarcity. But it's okay. Let's talk about trade.
Trade, yes. NNPC says it, but before Christmas, they will have sorted it out.
Crap, man.
That's what they said. Chika, go right ahead.
What we have here on trade then is just at the shame of our country, our nakedness just being made bare, and just like we'll do in this program, we'll just go through them.
Yes.
The total trade in the country is the sum of what the country exported.
Yes.
Plus what the country imported.
Yes.
That gives the total trade.
Yes.
For us in this quarter, it came to about 11.6 trillion. For the quarter, which I have said, less than what we did in Q2.
Yes.
Not surprising because of the fact, what's happening in oil.
Yep. Yes.
We thought about again in this program that, it's like you go for an exam.
Yes.
And they say, list 20 factors that affect Nigerian economy.
Thank you. Nice exam.
Just open your chapter that has to do with oil.
Yes, sir.
And you list about 25 points.
Yes, indeed.
Nigerian economy cannot be analyzed without looking at the position of oil.
Yes.
But that's a shame. Again, with the export trade,
exports.
With the trade figures, the difference between the export and the import gives you the trade balance.
Yeah.
Now, if the export is more than the import, we have a positive. If the import is more than the export, we have the negative.
Yes.
Nigeria here is barely the figure. Again, this tells you what the problem is happening.
Indeed.
We are supposed to, when you're exporting, you're supposed to be earning foreign currency.
Yes.
And then you're supposed to moderate your consumption by reducing the imports. Now you can see those of us or those of you who are complaining about telling the CBN governor do something now about the dollar exchange rate. This is it.
That's it. It's right there.
Almost all the dollars we're earning from export, we're using it to import a good. And so their trade balance is just barely a minuscule. But the more the sadder news, lie when we look at the components of the export. Let's start from the export. About 92% of the figures there represent crude oil plus other petroleum products.
That's almost everything.
92%.
That's
huge. I thought about it several times on this program. That's the conundrum that has to do with our economy. That if you analyze GDP now, we'll say GDP, non-oil this time around, it came below 6%.
Yes.
Sorry, oil came below 6%.
Yes.
But look at now. Look at what's happening now.
It's bulk of our exports.
Our export is about 92% is from oil. And so the non-oil export or non-oil sector economy is not sweating. In a sense of earning foreign currency, in a sense of earning revenues even for the country, and that's the challenge. So you find other petroleum products and crude oil is about 2%. The sad news here again now is manufactured goods. Well, even before I look at that, let me look at solid minerals.
Yes.
Nigeria, every report you have read has said we're blessed with every kind of solid mineral in the world.
Yes.
What other countries are looking for? Whether they used to in IT now, to build the computers and everything, or in the building aeroplanes, all the materials solid minerals are here. But because of the rush for oil, he went ahead. Remember, the president had just opened a different frontier in oil.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about anything about solid mineral. Barely contribution of less than 0.4% to our export trade. This is a nation that is blessed with that. And then we are dying in poverty. Meanwhile, we have what we can chase. Talks about leadership. So you can send solid minerals, less than 0.4% contribution to our export. Manufactured goods, and that's a sad one.
Exactly.
And now, if I'm going to look at this, compare it to the import.
Yep.
Now, in the import side, manufactured goods export barely contributed minuscule 2%.
2%, yep.
Whereas in import, it came in about more than half of our imports.
Right.
More than half of imports came from imported goods. It tells you again the picture of our country.
Yeah.
The manufacturing sector is literally dead.
Yeah.
Then you go further, you find why they're dead. Why is the sector dead? They tell you the issue of power, the issue of foreign exchange,
the
issue of multiplicity of taxes, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
The issue of the port, when they bring raw materials or whatever, it takes them time to clear it.
You've talked about that several times.
So that's what I'm saying, that just this picture, just the microcosm of the sad news in our country. Yeah. And that talks again about 2023, where we're headed. So, so I thought about the fact that manufactured goods, barely 2% contribution to our imports, our exports, solid minerals, barely contribution of 4%. But if you go to the imports, again, petroleum products.
It's right there.
Yep,
almost 30%.
30%.
Yeah.
And what is it?
Yeah, petroleum
products that we bring in.
And then subsidize.
And meanwhile, they're accused now outside.
Right. And they oh God, it's just.
To get to our studio, we have to park the car somewhere.
And walk.
Go to the filling station and walk.
Yeah.
Because of the queues. The impact on the economy. Nigeria, we don't calculate it, we don't check all these things.
Exactly. That's why we have you here too.
That's why sometimes when we go for meetings, events will start by 4, people get there by 8 p.m. Because time means nothing in Nigeria, So import, more than 30% of it is PMS.
Yeah.
And other products.
Yes.
Manufactured goods, more than 50%.
It's huge.
This is a shame. That literally everything that we consume in this country, we import. I've seen imported egusi soup in supermarkets. Everything, matches, toothpick, everything is imported. It's just a shame. And then, of course, even agricultural goods. That's the other sad thing. Yeah. In export, you would have thought that agriculture would do very well in export. Yeah. It came out just below 1.4%. Yeah. It tells you again that the agriculture we have here is at the basest level.
Just raw
things, very raw things. Yeah. They're at the primary level. I think where was I reading that? Ghana, for example, that produces all the cocoa, may get about $4 billion.
Yeah.
Switzerland, that makes the chocolate, gets about maybe $200 billion.
Exactly.
And so you can understand the problem here. Yeah. What we're having problem here. Again, even agricultural goods. Do you know in agricultural goods, the imports, the percentage as total is more than the export. Yeah. And it tells you again that we're not producing more than enough that we can eat. I thought about it on this program that we need to determine our consumption patterns. And that will enable us to determine the gap. Yeah. Compared to what we produce, and they know what to have to do about them. And so this is our country. As I told you, it's a shame.
Chika, we appreciate you coming on to look at these numbers. We thank you for breaking them down. It's just a lot that has to be done, a whole lot. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu, always assisting us.
Leadership.
2020, and you'll be here in 2023 to take us through the choice that we made. Thank you so much, sir.